Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's the Mex Canadian coming to you guys with a brand new video, and today, yes, I am going to be talking about the rumors that Patrick Kane would like to come to Detroit and play with Debrincat again. Now, I have to say, just to preface this video, these are nothing but rumors. Patrick Kane, as far as I know, has not come out himself and said, yes, he would like to play for Detroit or play with Debrincat again, or he would like to go back with the Rangers, stuff like that. The only thing we know about Patrick Kane right now is that he said that he's likely taking this season off to recover from his hip replacement surgery, and that his recovery is going faster than what people expect, or than what he expected and whatnot. So he's likely still not going to play for the rest of the season just because hip replacement surgery is a tough thing to come back from. But I wanted to talk about this a little bit because people are on the fence about this. A lot of people want Patrick Kane to come here. I'm kind of on that side. People want Patrick Kane to come here because they know for a fact that him and Debrincat playing together, Debrincat is almost assuredly going to be for 40 goals. And if you can put him on the top line with Larkin and Debrincat, Larkin is more likely than not going to end up with another 30-plus goal season and will likely hit a point per game. But there are some other people on the other side saying, no, we don't want Patrick Kane here because he's old. Hip replacement surgery is a big thing to come back from, which it is, and then continue to be your regular self. And he's got his past. There was the whole thing where he beat up a cab driver over change or whatnot. I don't know the whole story, but that's basically the gist of it. So a lot of people don't want him here for his past, as well as, like I said, he's 34 years old. So how well is he going to keep doing that? And my counter argument to that is, look at Perron. Perron's like 35, 36, I think. And he can't skate worth a shit. He doesn't get anywhere on the ice fast at all, ever. But he still was able to put up, over 50 points with like 25 goals for Detroit this season. And most of that, a lot of those points were assists too. Perron's a playmaker and a borderline elite playmaker too. So you don't need to be young when you have that playmaking skill. And Patrick Kane is arguably one, if not the best playmaker in the league right now. So it's like I said, it's everybody. A lot of people are on the fence about it, and I can see both sides. Personally, I want Patrick Kane to come here specifically because if you get Patrick Kane last season had with Chicago, he had 16 goals, 29 assists for 45 points, and then another 5 goals, 7 assists for 12 points with the Rangers when he got traded. So he is still a half a point per game guy if he plays all 82 games, which, this season he likely won't. But if he plays even here, he was almost a point per game. He was 10 points off a point per game. He was 7 points off with the point per game, 7 points off point per game with the Rangers, and he had almost a point per game in the playoffs. So now, yes, I know that Pittsburgh, the Rangers got booted out in the first round pretty handedly by New Jersey. But still, if he's still able to put up almost a point per game in the playoffs, so he still got that playoff performance, and he still got that playmaking prowess. Now, if you look at his past in pretty much his entire career with Chicago, he was drafted in 2006, I believe. He put up 72 points in his rookie year, 70 points in his sophomore year, 88 in 09-010, and he was pretty much a point per game or half a point per game. He's got a lot of points. All right, that's my point. He's got a lot of points, and even getting into his 30s, he's 34 now. So 2019, he had 84 points in 70 games, 66 points in 56 games, 92 points in 78 games, and a lot of these points come from assisting Debrincat. So you've kind of got to think, can he do the same thing here? And my answer to that is yes, I do believe he can. The problem is how much he's going to want, because right now Detroit's only got a projected cap space of $5.1 million. Unless another signing happens, then it could be less. Unless a trade happens, then it could be more. But as of right now, Detroit's got a cap space, got $5.1 million in cap. Now, Patrick Kane has had very large contracts the entire time he's pretty much been in the league. You know, his AAV's been fucking massive. 6.3 for his first big boy contract, and then $10.5 million for the last 8 years. So he is a big money guy. But you got to think, with his career winding down and this hip replacement surgery, it could be a possibility that he drops his number down to $2-3 million, and Detroit would be able to sign him, and it won't be a very long contract. It might be one, maybe 2 years, but it is possible. The only problem with that is you still have to sign Seider, Raymond, Berggren, and Rasmussen at the end of the season. Now, they're all RFAs, so there's no chance in losing them. You know, you're not going to lose them. The problem is Seider himself is going to command upwards of at least Larkin money, probably more. The number floating around is like somewhere upwards of $9 million. And then not only that, you've got guys like David Perron, whose contract's up, Daniel Sprong, Christian Fischer, Shane Gostisbehere, Reimer. He's probably not going to get re-signed regardless. But you've got numerous people that need to be re-signed. And like I said, Rasmussen, Berggren, Seider, Raymond, there's no chance of losing them because they're RFAs. So either they get either they get a contract or they go to arbitration and they're going to get a contract regardless. And so, like I said, Seider's probably going to command upwards of $9 million. Lucas Raymond's probably going to get a bridge deal of, I don't know, probably like $6 million. It would be the most he would be given. Berggren's probably going to get $2 to $3 million. Rasmussen's probably going to get another bump in the pay, probably $2 million. So, but like I said, you've got Perron, Sprong that need to be re-signed. Fischer may or may not be re-signed depending on how he performs. But the big problem is Perron and Sprong, because these two guys are likely going to perform. So what do you do there? Because, Red Wings fans are going to want to keep Perron if he performs like he did last season. That's very possible. And it's possible that with him winding down in his career, like I said, he's 35, so he's 36 when he finishes the season. And, when you're in the opposite side of 30, your contracts end up going down because, Perron's already got a Stanley Cup ring. Would he like another one? Yes. But he's got a Stanley Cup ring. He's not concerned about making the big bucks anymore because he's been doing it his entire career. So do you try and sign Perron for another 1, maybe 2 years on a much smaller deal? Like $2 million, probably half. Daniel Sprong, he could perform very well this season and command more money. Now, yes, the cap's going up by, I think that it's projected $4 or $5 million. So that helps the Red Wings a bit. But will it help them enough to sign Seider, sign Raymond, Berggren, Rasmussen, and keep some of these guys and potentially get Patrick Kane? I don't think so unless you let go of David Perron, unless you let go of Daniel Sprong, Christian Fischer. Gostisbehere is another one that you'll likely want to keep, so you're going to have to end up maybe buying somebody out or trading them at the trade deadline, stuff like that. You're going to have to do a lot of cap gymnastics to do it. Now, yes, injuries are going to happen. Someone's likely going to end up on LTIR, and that's going to not affect the cap. My point is, yes, I would like Patrick Kane on the team. Cap space wise, I don't know how it's going to work because this team's projected to be in the playoff run. Whether they make the playoffs or not is a different conversation, but this team is projected to make a deep season run and stay in the playoff race until way later into the season, probably close to the end of the season. This team is projected to be above 500 and fighting with Ottawa, obviously Ottawa, Buffalo, and Boston for those spots. And then even so, they're just going to be competing for a wild card spot because they're not better than Tampa, Toronto, Florida. They're not Carolina, New Jersey. They're not better than all those guys, even though half those teams aren't even in their fucking division. So you're competing with not just Ottawa, Buffalo, and Boston for that wild card spot, but you're also competing with teams like Pittsburgh, Washington. Those are the only two teams that I can think of that would potentially make the playoffs. I don't even think Washington's going to come close to making the playoffs this year. But, you got to deal with Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's looking to be pretty solid this year, especially with the addition of Karlsson. So, cap space-wise, I don't see it working out unless you do some serious cap gymnastics, which Yzerman has been known to do. Yzerman has been able to do that, and he's very good at that. It's just these big contracts that he's signed doesn't leave a lot of wiggle room to sign Patrick Kane. Now, like I said, yes, I would like Patrick Kane to be here. I believe him being here will give the Red Wings that major boost they need to get over that hump and have a much, much better shot at making the playoffs. Because if Patrick Kane comes here, he's liable for 15, 20 goals. In 21-22, he scored 26 goals. In 2019-2020, 33 goals, 15, 16 goals. He's still a potential 15 to 20 goal scorer, which Detroit could use another goal scorer. But you have to take into account, like I said, A, he's getting older, and B, the cap. So, like I said, I don't think age doesn't matter if you're a playmaker, in my opinion. As long as you still have that playmaking skill, because playmakers aren't necessarily goal scorers. Patrick Kane happens to be both for the most part, but a playmaker is not necessarily a goal scorer. A playmaker is somebody who gives the goal opportunities. So, yes, it's weird to have a wing do that, but at the same time, it kind of doesn't matter if you're as big of a playmaker, you're as strong of a playmaker as Patrick Kane is. So, yes, I think it would really boost the Red Wings. I think it would really help them out in the long run of this season, at least. I just don't see it working with the cap. Because a lot of people are saying, if you can sign him for 1 or 2 years for $2 million, why not? Go ahead. Detroit's got the cap space, and they'll still have enough cap to maybe pick somebody up at the trade deadline if they're in the playoff race and stuff like that. Plus, the cap's going up by $4 or $5 million next season. So, but they forget that, like I said, you've got Bergeron, you've got Raymond, you've got Rasmussen, you've got Seider. They all still need to be re-signed. And like I said, Seider's going to be liable for $9 million, at least Larkin money. Raymond will probably get $5 to $6 million on a bridge deal. Bergeron will probably get $2 to $3 million on probably a 4-year deal. It's going to be interesting to see if it happens. Like I said, there's no confirmation that it will happen or even Kane wants to come here. There are just rumors that he wants to play with Debrincat again. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like I said, I would love to have Patrick Kane here, even with his past. Yes, it was a bad thing that he did, but the past is the past. He's, I think, apologized for it. I don't know. I haven't looked into it too much, like I said. But the past is the past. He hasn't beat up a cab driver in years. So, yeah, let's just kind of let it go and let the man play his hockey. So, like I said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think Patrick Kane should come here or not? If so, or if not, tell me why. Is it because of his past? Do you just think he's, getting older and can't keep up that pace? Do you think that he'll be a net positive for the Red Wings and help get both Larkin and Debrincat up higher, more goals and points? So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. My name is, as always, the Mexinadian, and I'll talk to you guys later. Adios.